Welcome to this explainer. Tonight we're doing something, well, kind of different. I want you to just take a deep breath, let go of those modern worries, the endless to-do lists, the stress of the day, and let's dive into a soothing, ancient story that is literally written right into your very bones. 300,000. It's a really incredible number to wrap your head around. Every single cell in your resting body right now is living proof that your ancestors expertly lived, adapted, and thrived for over 300,000 years. You are the result of an incredible, unbroken lineage of pure survivors.
So, I want you to really ground yourself in this exact moment. Picture the crisp, cool air of a Paleolithic rock shelter. There is no phone buzzing on your nightstand, no traffic filtering through your window, just the soft gray light of dawn and that earthy, comforting scent of wood smoke. Let your modern stress simply melt away into that quiet morning. Now here's a realization that completely disrupts our neat little timeline of human progress. For 98% of human history, your ancestors were actually healthier, taller, and much more leisure-rich than we are today.
You see, early life wasn't this desperate, brutish struggle for survival that we see in the movies. In fact, anthropologists have a beautiful name for this era. They call it the original affluent society. Sure, they didn't have stuff in the way we think of it today, but they were incredibly rich in the absolute most valuable resource of all, time. They truly enjoyed a beautifully balanced existence.
Get this. Studies suggest these ancient foragers typically spent maybe 3 to 5 hours a day actually working. And by working, I mean gathering, hunting, and maintaining their tools. Can you even imagine? The entire rest of their day was left wide open for storytelling, making music with bone flutes, and social grooming.
And the food? Talk about true abundance. They possessed this amazing, encyclopedic knowledge of 200 to 300 different plant species. Depending on the season, they enjoyed a gorgeous mosaic of fresh nuts and berries, fatty fish packed with vitamin D, wild game like elk, and yes, even protein-rich insects. They were ultimate generalists. They maintained perfectly balanced nutrition effortlessly, simply by moving through the Earth's diverse bounty.
But then, right around 10,000 years ago, humanity made a monumental pivot. We stopped moving. And we started farming. Now, while this decision absolutely allowed populations to explode and eventually gave rise to the massive cities we live in today, it resulted in a deeply tragic reality for the individual human body.
In fact, anthropologists refer to this heartbreaking shift as the nutritional catastrophe. By basing our entire lives around cultivated grains, we drastically narrowed our nutritional intake to just a few starch-heavy staples. And the archaeological evidence here is incredibly clear. Early agricultural populations actually became shorter, they got sicker, and they died far younger than their hunter-gatherer ancestors.
Just picture the contrast. On one hand, you've got the Paleolithic forager, constantly roaming, eating a diverse diet, deeply well-nourished. And on the other, you have the early farmer, totally bound to monocrops like wheat and barley. Trading that roaming, wild menu for a monotonous, daily bread porridge led to terrible tooth decay, severe vitamin deficiencies, and skeletal records that actually show literal spine damage from the grueling, endless physical labor of working those fields.
And if you happen to live up north, this sudden shift to agriculture triggered a very specific biological emergency. Humans who had migrated to places like Scandinavia faced what became known as the vitamin D crisis.
Originally, those hunter-gatherers actually thrived in the freezing north with dark skin because they were sustained by coastal diets of fish and seal meat that were naturally packed with vitamin D. But as they moved inland to find good farming soil, they traded that rich coastal diet for grain porridge. The result was completely devastating. We're talking severe rickets in children and mothers dying in childbirth due to poorly developed pelvises. The intense nutritional pressure of a grain-based diet actually forced a rapid evolutionary sprint. Lighter skin evolved in Europeans in just 3,000 to 5,000 years, which is an absolute biological blink of an eye, simply to absorb enough of that weak northern sun to survive.
So, what does all of this mean for you tonight? As you lie there, it is deeply comforting to realize this one simple fact. Your nervous system is still running beautifully designed software, but it's software written by ancient sunlight and diverse foraging. You are an ancient creature, currently living in a very modern world.
Your specific Paleolithic wiring was sculpted over hundreds of thousands of years for tiny, tight-knit bands where physical survival meant sticking together. But our modern environment? It's all supermarkets, constant digital alerts, and unfortunately, deep social isolation. The crucial takeaway here is that your modern anxiety isn't a failure on your part. It's literally just a mismatch. Your brain is reacting to a bad internet comment or a missed deadline using the exact same biological stress system it once used for a leopard hiding in the tall grass.
We all feel it, right? That quiet longing for shared meals and deep, fireside conversations. And we feel it because those things are explicitly encoded right into our ancient programming. That quiet loneliness you might sometimes feel late at night isn't a flaw in your character. It is simply your ancient DNA craving the warmth of the community you were absolutely built to be a part of.
When you really look at the story written in our DNA, it shows we're all just beautiful, superficial variations on one single theme of survival. We are one continuous, moving family. Whether we're talking about dark-eyed and dark-skinned ancestors in ancient Africa or blue-eyed survivors in Ice Age Europe, we all inherited bodies built for leisure, for community, and for connection, blinking up at the exact same stars tonight.
Take this deeply to heart tonight. You are part of a 300,000-year chain of unbroken survivors. You really don't have to worry about the hunt or the harvest tonight. The world can absolutely wait until morning. Rest now, knowing your ancestors weathered every single storm and every single hunger just so that you could be here, breathing softly in this exact moment. As this explainer comes to a close, I want to leave you with one final thought. What ancient fireside comfort will you seek out tomorrow as you give yourself permission to finally rest tonight?